Hello, everybody. Make sure we're live. Welcome to the Humblewood. I'm your host, cool DJ, Matty Woodland Creature Guy. That's all I got. I have nothing. I wasn't prepared to be cool. All right, we're gonna play Humblewood. This is our second session. I had a lot of fun last week. I hope you guys did. I even remembered to do most of the things the book told me to do, which I was a little worried about actually doing what it told me to. But I'm trying. I am trying. I think Miss Kayla is going to recap for us, and then we can start playing some game.
Sure. So last week we met all of our characters. Pua, the hedge. Benson, the not heron. What's the race?
Alice.
Yeah, that's it. Quoth or Q the raven, and Ren the mawpock. And we started out on a quest. Let's see. There's a commotion in the square. One of the townsfolk has been attacked. We're heading out, Team Awesome, to find what happened. So we're traveling and we come upon...
That's not really what happened. I'm going to stop you right
there.
No one was attacked. That's not why you're out.
I thought the owl was attacked.
No.
She's all burnt up. She's a burnt up broad, right?
Oh, she's just a burnt up broad. All right, sorry. So she's just a burnt up broad. So we have to go figure out why she's a burnt up broad. That's what our quest is?
Nope.
Oh, good.
I'm going to go tell other people that there's a burnt up broad.
Yes.
And more of them coming if we don't do something about it.
Yes.
Or burnt up.
Okay. Normally I do better than this. I apologize.
You're the pro. You're the pro at the recap.
I know. This is a problem. Well, we fought 2 male and 1 female mawpoks and a Vulcan on the road who were robbing this cat. And it's an Illurin, which is a race of cat people. And we kicked some ass. The cat person's name is Eliza, and she's on her way to the Alderheart, which is kind of the direction, or is the direction that we're heading in.
Mm-hmm.
And we start to travel. Oh, we find another like map with a bandit camp on it that's east of the Alderheart.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and Q also took a sword off of one of the fallen enemies. Did you recognize what exactly the sword was? I think that might have been a low roll.
It was a pommel with a rose insignia, and it was finally made.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that you realized. Yep.
Did I miss anything or get anything else wrong?
I hope so.
I'm pretty disappointed in myself.
We're on our way to Winnowing Reach.
Yeah, just
Winnowing Reach.
We're doing like a stop over there, I think, on our way.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
that was it.
Winnowing Reach is on the way to the Alderheart, but otherwise you got it right. Just the whole point of why you're doing what you're doing was wrong.
Great.
The minutia was
just
right there.
The whole point.
Yeah, all of the things that happened were entirely there, but the reason they are happening.
She was attacked by fire. She was still attacked.
Yeah. Attack. Fire attack.
She was attacked by the fire.
So, Team Awesome is there, walking along this pretty wide, often traveled dirt road, keeping their eyes out for any other bandits. You've heard that they're on the road. You do not want to get surprised by them, even though you feel as if you can probably deal with them handily based on your last experience.
Can't get too cocky, though.
But your stride is quite a bit slower than it was, as Eliza is sitting there pulling her handcart along, and it's bumping and getting stuck on things as she's trying to wheel it forward.
We haven't rested yet, right?
You did not.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Can I ask a technical out of character question?
Certainly can.
So I lost 4 hit points in our fight. So my only way to get those back are a long rest where we get a hit dice back, a potion, or healing.
So potion, healing, you can also take a short rest and use your hit die.
Oh, so
and then a long rest will heal everything.
Right, a long rest heals everything, but you have your hit die that you can use on a short rest. You're level 1, so right now you only have 1 hit die.
Right, 1d8.
Ooh.
Okay.
And thank you, Jorim, for the sub. 3 months in a row. Much appreciated.
I healed you.
Oh, right. I forgot that you healed me.
Yeah, it turns out I also can do magic.
Yes.
And it's not just plants. I mean, it's mostly about plants. It's mostly for farming purposes, but it's still magic.
Yeah.
Farmer magic.
So there you are, plodding away, trying to slow down a bit so that Eliza, this cat person whose whiskers are all like scrunched and sticking out in all different ways after her run-in with these bandits, the 2 different colored eyes as she's hunched over, pulling this thing along, going, "My God! For a cart without too much in it, sure is heavy."
Maybe one of us can help you out. You've been pulling that for a while. Maybe we'll go a little bit faster.
Oh, she puts it down and kind of...
No?
Gives a stretch. Oh, no problem, big boy. If you want to try it, jump on it.
Well, I mean, I'm, kind of tired, but okay, fine. I didn't think it would be me, but fine. I'm fine.
Fine.
Benson, why don't you give me an athletics check?
Athletics check. Got it.
Nice. Oh, yeah. No problem. You grab this, and you have... first, it's not super heavy. She doesn't have too much on the cart, and as you're pulling it, you also have, those longer legs, so you have this, constant gait, and you're able to keep up with everyone else as you're going. And Eliza definitely very appreciative that you're helping her with this. She does have the slightest bit of a limp. Nothing that a good night's rest won't take care of, but definitely she's kind of marching through the pain right now after she was beaten up by some bandits. With Benson pulling the cart, what's our marching order? Who's going to be in front? Who's going to be leading the pack?
Can I scurry up on top of the pack so I can see out and direct us?
Sure. Okay, so Benson is pulling the cart. You are on top of the cart. Still with that 19, not having a trouble, although it creaks and groans a little bit under your weight. And Eliza's going to oh, well, if I say something, maybe I'll have to start pulling again. Never mind. That's Ren is keeping a lookout. Where's everyone else?
I'd probably be just behind the cart.
Okay. Pua was gonna say that too.
I'll be at the back, kind of like looking at the sword and just kind of like running my hands over it and trying to figure out more about it.
Sure. Absolutely. So as you are going, I guess that is Ren kind of keeping a lookout. Ren, why don't you make a perception check for me while you are moving along?
Okay. You're going to find perception. Then click it.
Aha.
Nice. Okay. Oh, is it Rin? R-I-N-N?
Yeah.
I thought it was Wren like a bird, W-R-E-N.
Oh, I thought you were just saying it with your Rhode Island accent.
It's certainly.
I wrote down Ren like WREN.
Me too.
That's what I.
I'm your father.
I'm becoming my father, Ren.
Yeah. Nope. My Rhode Island accent. Well, do you guys want some coffee? A nice big cup of coffee milk. Okay. Well, Rin. Okay. Perfect. I will try to be as neutral as possible in my inflection. Well, as you are all moving along, you move several more miles down this road. And then as you do, the landscape starts to change. Here I go. I'm going to read from a book, you guys.
Love books.
As you make your way down the road, terrain on the left side changes considerably. Beyond the lush green trees lining the road, glimpses of burned stumps and ash-covered fields can be seen. It looks as if a massive fire recently ravaged this place. There's more where that came from. So that's what you see, Ren, and you, Ren. I'm gonna keep messing it up now, Ren, and you pointed out to everyone, and certainly, as you are moving forward and moving on, you do. It's unmistakable, right? So where you are is still lush, it's still green, but as you look, you can still see these barren trees, this scorched earth beyond. And whatever has been over here was definitely recent and pretty massive. This wasn't some little brush fire. Moving along this area, you're going, and it does start to feel a little bit hotter as you go as well, right? The whatever heat that this had burned, had this fire burning through this area leaves, and you're looking along, and it kind of makes you look down a bit. The sun is high in the sky. And where you are, the trees are a little bit thinner. You haven't quite gotten to that big, thick central part of the Humblewood yet. And with the 12, you do not see something coming to you until it is almost right on top of you. I'm going to read from a book again, guys. And then I swear you'll get to play a game. A swarm draws near. You can see it is composed of hundreds of tiny flying creatures, each one resembling, as it gets close and comes to you, resembling a bat with a candle-sized flame sprouting from its upturned nostril. The combined heat of their bodies can be felt on the wind. As there are two such huge swarms coming in your direction, I need everyone to roll initiative.
What?
Roll initiative?
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
What?
Goes. Oh, no, didn't.
Ooh.
Do you see my roll? I got a little notice that said you wanted to send a result to the turn tracker.
I got it. It's there. You got a 12.
It is there, yeah.
Yeah, 21.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, though.
We haven't rested, so I have no magic left.
Rin did get a 21.
Uh-oh.
What's your
Oh.
what's your dexterity modifier, Rin?
Dexterity modifier is 4.
Plus 4. Okay, you are going to go first. So you see coming two huge swarms, and they're close enough, maybe, within 30 feet of you when you finally look up and you realize it's not just the heat of the day. It's not just the sun high in the sky. It is, in fact, these swarms of flaming bats coming after you. They are a bit behind you. How would you like to proceed?
Team Awesome, fire bats. Fire bats are right behind us, and I don't know what to do. But there's fire bats.
Can we run?
Can run.
Leave the cart, run?
Leave the cart.
What? The cart?
It didn't look that good.
No, let's go. Come on, Eliza.
So, okay, we're in initiative order. So what are you going to do, Ren? Are you going to get off the cart and start running?
Yes. I'm going to grab Benson, and I'm going to start running.
Okay. So here's the mechanical piece of this while we're in combat. You can move. What's your speed?
I think 25?
Okay.
If 30. I can move 30 feet.
30 feet. If you are pulling Benson, you can drag him at half your speed.
Just kidding. I'm just going to tap Benson, like, let's go, friend. Start running.
Okay. So Rin, the first one to notice these, gives you a nice tap and just boom, 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 takes off. That's your movement. Did you want to use an action or a bonus action? I will say you can use your action to dash, which means you could move your movement speed again.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, so Rin is out of there. She is not having anything to do with these bats. 60 feet down the road, all without... You guys haven't even reacted yet, and she is booking it. After she does that, though, before the rest of you have a chance to react, these bats are on you. As they come in, I want... somebody, Benson, since you're holding onto the cart, why don't you roll a d4 for me? Just a d4. 2, lovely. Okay, Pua. One of these swarms of bats all of a sudden comes down towards you and just kind of flies right over you, engulfing you. These tiny creatures biting you with their sharp, fiery teeth. And that is that is going to be a whatever I rolled, 13 to hit.
No.
If you all want to see, let's see if I can do this and keep it so you can see.
Why are even the bats so cute?
They are so cool. I will point out that the Deck of Many, the company that publishes this, just won Best Art for their Humblewood book for tabletop gaming. Very impressive. They're so pretty.
That's awesome.
And since I bought the box with the cards, I can at least show people the cards because it's fun. Does 13 hit, Pua?
No.
No. Okay. So as that's happening, you duck and dive out of the way as these biting bats can't quite get a grip on you. They continue to swoop and follow ahead. I think because they're moving out of your range, yeah, you can take an attack of opportunity if you would like.
Ooh. Don't know what that's gonna look like.
You don't have to, but you have that opportunity available to you.
Hold on. I think I'm gonna like... Oh, I have a question. These are not considered to be bugs, right?
No, they are bats.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna take an attack. Oh, yeah, I'm not taking an opportunity. I'm not gonna just like with my mace. It's just...
Yeah, sure. The bats swoop.
Feels very
you
futile.
Duck out of the way. They continue to fly. The other one, this time, why don't I have Q give me a D4 roll?
4.
Because there are 2 swarms of bats. Okay. At that, they are going to come down and they are going to attack the cart itself.
Ooh.
They're going to hit because it is a stationary cart.
What is the armor class of a stationary cart?
I'm going with 10. That's not kind of to hit,
Fair
but
enough.
it's to do damage. Like, what did they do that actually does damage?
I know. I'm just busting your balls.
Let's see. And that is going to do 2 damage to the cart. So at that, you hear Eliza just yell out as her wares are being damaged, and she is very upset about it. She picks up a big stick and tries to shoo this cluster of bats away, but they are not intimidated by the stick. After the bats, let's see, I didn't write it down. Who do I got?
Me, I think.
Your Pua. Oh, yeah, you've got a 20. Yeah, you guys rolled really well. All right, Pua, you are up. What will you do?
So, I think that since I know that my magic is depleted right now, and any of the weapons that I'm carrying are not going to be of much use, I'm going to use my curl up action.
Okay.
And I am going to roll myself into a ball. And that increases my AC to 19.
All
but
right.
I also can't do anything.
I love this racial feature in this game. Explain exactly what that looks like.
Literally, I'm just gonna hug my arms into my chest and kind of do this little forward roll, and I'm just gonna turn into a little beep on the ground with a little pokies.
With all your little pokey spikes sticking out all around you. I feel like when you roll up, for a half a second the spikes are in, and then all of a sudden you flex and they all go. Whoosh.
Yes, and the image that I have is them poking little holes in my monk robe.
Perfect.
Because ordinarily I'm not going to be doing this and wearing clothes.
Definitely.
So...
That's awesome. Okay, so that is your turn. Q,
Yeah.
You are up. What are you going to do? One of the swarms has kind of flown further into the sky. One is still hovering around the cart.
Oh, I was going to hide another cart. Okay.
It's not a big... It's only a hand push cart. It's kind of wheelbarrow-ish. So...
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go find a big tree nearby to hide behind.
Okay.
And stealth.
Yeah, roll a stealth check. That would be an 8. You feel like you're hidden. I think everyone else, the tree that Q went behind is not wide enough, so you see a beak sticking out of one side and tail feathers popping out the other. But Q feels she is very well hidden.
This is me right now.
Is there anything else? There's nothing more nerdy than playing Dungeons and Dragons than hiding behind a Harry Potter wand in the middle of it.
Yeah, that was great.
So
it was
good.
Perfect.
Anything? That's your movement and action to hide.
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right. Benson, I believe that leaves you. You are right there near this swarm. And I will say, if you leave their range, they will get an attack of opportunity on you. I don't think this came up last session. So attacks of opportunity are literally when you are within someone's range and you move out of the range, they can attack you, or you can attack another person. You can take your action to disengage, so they would not be able to take an attack of opportunity. Or you can do... a whole host of other things.
Oh, okay. I don't want them to hit me. I also feel like running away is just going to get hit again. Yeah, I think, honestly, if they're that close to me, I think I want to see if I could just take out the quarterstaff and just give them a good two-handed swing through the cloud and see if I can knock a couple out of the way.
Certainly. Right before you do that, though, because I forgot one of the features of a swarm of ember bats, that any creature that starts their turn within 5 feet, which you are, needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You do that.
I assume I click on Constitution.
So make sure you'll have a separate area probably for saving throws.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes your saving throws are better than your checks. Perfect. That is a 9, so you do not make it.
No.
So you are gonna you take 2 points of fire damage. As just the heat coming off this big swarm just kind of hurts you. You feel your skin starting to dry up like a bad sunburn.
Oh.
And then you are 100% ready to swing away as if they were aliens and your house is full of cups of water.
Reference, bro.
Oh, nice. That is definitely going to hit. That's a 19, and we're swinging it two-handed. Yeah, you take this and do swing it like a baseball bat straight through the swarm. Roll for damage.
All right, what do we got?
Bludgeoning.
8 points of bludgeoning damage. How many? Where are the hit points that they have? Not used 2 cards. Okay, there it is. All right, so you do 8 points to one of the swarms. They seem, while you do knock a couple bats out, and they kind of like flop on the ground and start to flutter away from the swarm, slightly dispersed. I don't know how this makes sense in-game, but I'm going to say it this way. The swarm as an entity seems to take not as much damage as you may have done to an individual bat.
That makes sense.
That's something called half damage, and that's my coded way of saying they take half damage with that attack.
All
right. Is that going to end your turn, Benson?
I can still move, correct? Well, they'll still get the attack of opportunity against me, though?
Correct. So if you move out of their way, they'll get an attack of opportunity. If you start your turn within 5 feet of them, though, you have to make that Constitution save. But they might move on their turn. I don't know. The Swarm Bats is unruly.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to stay there. I feel like they're already on top of me. There's no point in trying to run. I'm not getting anywhere if I do that.
Sure, just staring them down. I love it. Okay, back to the top of the round. Rin. You are
all right,
up.
how far away am I, and what do I see?
You're 60 feet away. You turn around expecting everyone to be running along with you, and they are not. So as you turn around, you see Benson sitting there bravely, facing off against this big swarm of ember bats that are fluttering all around him. This just spouts of flames coming from their noses. You see Pua curled up in a fetal position with spikes sticking out of her. And you see Q... Him, yes, I'm very sorry about that. That's right. And then you see Pua thinking that she is hiding... you see Q thinking she is hiding behind a tree, cartoonishly ineffectual.
The best rogue.
The best rogue.
Is there any water source near us?
Ooh. I will let you use your action if you would like to make a... I would give you a perception or a nature check on... Actually, a perception or a survival check on that.
Ooh, I'm gonna look. Yeah, which one would be better? Survival?
You have survival as a thing.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay, a 19. So as you kind of stop, you look around really quickly, using just a half second to survey the land. You kind of look downhill, see where water might collect, and you do notice a stream. Nothing that you could dive under and get below, but definitely there is a fairly ankle deep stream of running water about, I would say, 60 feet or so off the road to the south.
Okay, can I use my action to run to the stream?
So that was your action. You can use your movement to get 30 feet closer to it, though.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay, perfect. You kind of clock it. Are you going to run straight towards the stream, slightly towards, like, this kerfuffle, slightly away from it? What direction are you taking?
I think, like, straight towards the stream, maybe, like, in the same direction as my friends. Like, turn around, see my friends, see the stream, and just, like, same direction as them.
Okay.
But to right.
Perfect.
That makes sense.
It definitely does. I'm right there with you. Okay. With that, the bats are up next. The ones that are still in melee with you, Benson, are pissed that you smacked him with a stick. So they are going to now move off of the cart and start swarming around you. They are currently mechanically actually in the same space as you. As they just are all around swarming, like, I don't know, one of those old Batman movies. I don't remember which one had the bats all swarm around him like that. Probably all of them. And they're going to try to bite at you. That is a 22 to hit.
Oh, okay.
You are going to take 6 points of piercing damage. And you're... not in a great physical location at this particular moment. The other swarm of bats is going to... I'm going to do a quick roll to see. Okay. They do not see Rin as she is running around. Pua, roll a d4 for me. Even, they're going to go after you. Odd, they are going after Q.
Oh, no. No!
There it is. As this swarm just splits the tree and comes at you from either side.
I was hoping they were going to come after me.
But that's only an 8 to hit, as they're biting, and you're just, like, drop to the floor, kind of roll out of the way. But same thing as Benson Q. They're occupying the same space as you, as they are all around. These cute little ember bats are not quite cute at the moment.
Matthew?
Yes, dear?
Was your goal 11?
What
people
do you mean?
Watching?
11 people watching. Oh, look at all the viewers. Oh.
You did it!
Hello, not me. We as
There's
a
11 people watching us?
Yeah.
There are 11 people watching us. We have nearly a dozen viewers. Everyone should
Guys, we're popular.
Everyone should subscribe so they can drop a sneaky tea. All right. With that, Eliza, now that everyone's off of her cart, kind of grabs it and starts moving down the road in the direction that Rin... I almost said Quinn that time, which is so far off. The direction that Rin originally went, just kind of continue on, and she's going to move with the cart down the way, trying to get out of this situation. Pua, you are up. You are in a fetal position, rolled up with spikies sticking all around you.
I'm going to stay like that. But I think that if this is something that you think the mechanics would allow me to do, can I, like, hold a mace attack?
What's your race called again?
I'm a hedge.
I want to make sure it doesn't say anything specific, like cannot take an action.
It says you cannot move, attack, or cast spells with somatic components.
Yeah, so if you're gonna stay like this, then you can't attack. I would say I'm gonna rule that also means you can't ready an attack, right?
Okay, then I'm gonna stay like that.
Okay, perfect. Q
Come at
is
me, bros.
Q is up. These bats just coming around these trees, swarming all around. You're dodging out of the way. They're not able to get their freaky little teeth in you. What are you gonna do?
So I have talons. Can I just kind of like swat at the air and try and either snag one?
Ooh.
Can I try and snag one out of the air?
Eat it like an apple.
Yeah, intimidate.
Do you pull like an Aussie and see if it scares the rest of them away?
Wow. Okay.
No, I just want to grab it out of the air.
I am so into this. I can't even explain. All right. So I want you to make. So weird. So, how would you do this? I would say roll to attack, but they are going to have a higher AC that you have to hit to be able to grab this out of the air.
Oh, okay. I don't have any bonuses on talents. Okay, so I roll to attack.
14. That is going to be exactly what you need to hit. So you do. Roll for damage with it too, because they're gonna, it's you're harming the swarm. 6. Okay, I'm gonna say same thing. This swarm doesn't seem to take quite the full brunt of whatever damage that might have done, but you do in fact grab an ember bat out of the swarm, and you are now holding it. But I also forgot that when you started your turn in this swarm, you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
This is me trying to remember. Constitution saving throw. 11 is going to be enough. You do not take the damage. All right. You now have your bat. That is your action. You have movement or a bonus action if you so choose to use them.
If I move, they get another attack of opportunity,
They
right?
will they will likely use their
Okay.
reaction to unleash an attack of opportunity.
Can I just like slowly start squeezing it to see if it like affects the other bats?
I'm going to say that anything you want to do with this bat to freak out the other bats is going to take an action. Yeah.
Okay.
So that maybe
Okay.
So next turn we'll say you will be free to do whatever weird, ridiculous
I'll
shit
just
you want to do with the bat.
Kind of like cower.
Yeah, sure.
With your
Cower with my bat, yeah.
Cowering away. Okay. After Q, Benson is up. Benson, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
a good one.
okay, I was gonna do a bad one, but I think that's what I should do.
Good or bad?
21, I think, is good.
That is
That's the number we want to
super
see.
good. Yeah, definitely going to hit this freaky swarm of bats. I'm sorry, not hit. That is going to save definitely from this attack. So you just like, you've been in the woods, and you've studied as a druid at least part of the way with the. This isn't what they're called, but I'm going to say keepers. But there's some, the druidic people who take care of the wood, make sure that burning grove does not go out. So you've dealt with this before. You kind of shrug off the effects, and then you are free to take whatever actions and you would like to.
All right, so I actually have a couple of questions really quick about spell casting works.
Absolutely.
So I know 2 spells.
Okay.
I have 2 spell slots. So I could either cast 1 and 1, or I could cast the same one twice, right?
Yes.
I have 2 spots. And then the cantrips, I can cast as many times as I want, right?
Yep, you can trip those whenever you choose.
All right. Another question is, and this is maybe a silly one, but healing word could be used on myself, right? I can't just use that on other people.
What
Only other people.
What does it say for the range? Yeah, healing word you can use on your own. Generally, there's very few spells that you use on someone else that you can't use on yourself. So you can definitely healing word yourself. And healing word is a bonus action, correct?
Oh, that I don't know.
It says that.
Does it?
Casting time 1 bonus action.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So remember, you can use that, and you can also still use an action.
Okay.
Heal yourself, Benson.
Cool. Yes. I guess then the other question is, since I have to have a hand free to do that, could I take a two-handed swing, let go, and then heal myself? Or would I kind of have to pick a one-handed swing?
What are the components for healing word? Isn't it just verbal?
Oh, you know what? You're right. It is. I thought there was an S there too, which is the hand symbol.
I think that's one of the spells you don't need a somatic for. So you can use healing word and still take a two-handed swing.
And yeah, we're gonna heal myself here. We're gonna use my healing word. We're just gonna kind of bat out some of the fires. Just shit. It's my special healing word.
I love it.
Oh shit is my special healing word. I love that.
Oh my god! All right.
Ooh.
Wow. That's a 9, everybody. That's a good heal.
Back up to
That's
good.
What do you even have?
That's a hardy-o shit right there.
Then yeah, I want to take just another big old kind of clumsy, don't really know what I'm doing, but it's a big stick, so who cares? Kind of swing.
Yeah, it seemed to work pretty well last time. Go for it.
Oh, but not so much this time.
Not
Oh,
so
no.
much. That is a natural 1. This might be the first natural 1 of our campaign, and I love giving consequences for natural 1s.
Good, I'm so glad you came to me.
Yeah, I mean, I do it for the enemies too.
With little rolls.
So I'm gonna say with that, I need you to make a strength saving throw, Benson.
Okay.
Your DC is 10, so you made it. Okay. Otherwise, you would have thrown the stick. The quarterstaff. But it kind of slips, but at the last second, you catch on to the end of it as you hold it back. That is your action, bonus action. You want to move anywhere?
You know, I don't. I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm feeling healthy. Most of the fires are put out. Ready.
And Benson, who was like the last one that wanted to go on this adventure, is showing himself to like be the one to stand right in the way of danger, ready to throw down. All right. After Benson, one more time, third round, we are back to the top with Rin. Rin, you are like 30 feet away or so from this stream that's going as you're running towards it in the general direction of your friends.
I run another 30 feet and be at the stream.
You can. You go and you just finally land and splash in it. And for a second you kind of smile and like, oh, that was fun. And then you're like, oh shit, there's bats.
All right, am I allowed to do anything else, or is my turn over?
That is just your movement, so you still have your action and your bonus action.
Okay, I'm gonna fill up. Hold on. I need to look and see what's in my pack.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out my mess kit. And I'm gonna fill up my little pot thing with water.
Yeah.
Fill up my water skin with water, and I'm gonna take my coat off with all my stuff and dunk it in the stream so it's like saturated with water.
Sure, definitely. I will let between action, bonus action, I'll say you're fully waterlogged now.
Done.
Okay. I like this. Okay. The bats go again. I want this time Benson, can you roll a D2 for me? A D4,
Yeah,
sorry.
D4.
On even, the bats are going to stay with you, but if it's odd, they are going to go after Spiky.
All right.
Who was
God,
so
I just
safe?
want to use this.
All of you.
Hey, I know these bats aren't too smart, but they're like, I've seen your tricks before. Okay,
Okay, I'm just gonna like rip out my left eyeball on stream. I hope no one's offended by that.
That's awesome. So this one's gonna attack Benson.
So itchy.
Benson, does a 20 hit you?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay, you are gonna take. Good thing you healed, man. That is 6 more points of piercing damage. As little bat teeth just make you yell out as they're just piercing you. We have
Wish I'd taken my own advice and ran.
again we have Q just swarmed, pushed back against the tree as it's not looking too good for you guys. D20. We're gonna roll. That's an 18 to hit Q.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is 6 points of piercing damage to you as well.
I'm at 0.
Okay, I'm going to give you a quick action to do something with that bat in your hand as you are falling, because I just want to see what happens.
I'm gonna scream real loud and just pull an Aussie and see what happens, and just like try and get them away.
Okay, I want you to roll an intimidation check.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's only a 9. I'm gonna say you're just falling, and as you do, you look at them and sneer and go to take a bite of this bat, but you're going too slow and it like bites you on the lip, and you're like, ah, and you let it go, and then as they swarm you, you start getting bit, and you fall against the tree, and as they do, you fall unconscious to the ground. This is the first time we've had someone at 0 yet this campaign, everybody. And it's not Tony this time. All right, that is the bat's turn. They both went. Pua, you are up.
Gonna stay like this.
Okay, Pua is gonna stay in her little spiky ball.
We're doomed.
Q is up. I need you to make a death
My
saving
computer froze
throw.
when I did that. It was pretty funny.
It sounded kind of funny. Okay, this is a dex saving throw, right?
A death saving throw, yeah. Not a dex, a death
Oh,
saving
death.
throw.
Yeah. Do I just click death saves?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
18. Okay, that is 1 success. On
Okay.
3 successes, you stabilize, which means you don't have any hit points, but you're no longer dying. And at 3 fails, you dead. All right, Benson, you are up. You hear this awful scream from Q behind this tree, and you look over to see her fall through the fluttering of these bats.
So I've been using the quarterstaff two-handed.
Yes.
Is it possible for me? Would it be like a bonus action to drop it to pull out the shield that I have instead?
No. You can just do that.
All right. Yeah. So I'd like to drop that and pull out the shield. And I'd like to cast my produce flame cantrip and see if I can just throw some fire at these things. I'm hoping that they're affected by it. I'm a little nervous by that, but
Okay. Roll to attack, right? Produce flame.
Maybe it's a little too much fire for them.
Is it a all right, it doesn't matter. Ranged spell, it's a ranged spell attack. Ranged attacks are which I was going to say at disadvantage when you are up this close, but either of those rolls are going to hit these things.
Right.
Roll for damage. 3. I will say they do take the full brunt of that damage. Strangely enough, Ember Bats have no resistance to fire. Figure that one out. I didn't write this game.
What? It's too much fire.
I'm worried about dying.
Yeah.
So I need my
Yeah, it is too much. They get fire in all the wrong places, and they can't handle it.
They can only know fire.
Benson, tell me what it looks like when you're casting this spell.
very panicky. This is normally I got to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I need some light kind of spell. So it's very much just a flame in the palm and a very
just yelling, bursting it out as the swarm kind of disperses quickly as a few of them are hit and just fall to the ground. All right, cool. Are you going to stay where you are?
So they're gone?
They are not. No, they are still swarming. They are still swarming around you.
Now they're mad.
I think at this point I need to try to get out of there.
Sure.
I'm going to see if I can run maybe like 20 or so feet away from that.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's get some distance.
100%. So as you run, they are going to take an attack of opportunity. That is going to be a 15 to hit. Does that hit you?
That is equal. It's minus 15 with the shield.
Yeah, so if it's 15 with the shield, they are just going to hit because they just met your AC. So you are going to take 7 points of piercing damage as you are running away.
It'll bring me down to 0. That's -2.
All right, yeah. As they bite you, you just go and you fall. Fall, and Pua, right next to you, you hear a thump, which is Benson hitting the ground. Okay, that is Benson's turn. Top of the round, Rin, you are up.
Can I run back?
Sure, I'm gonna say, because this, it doesn't run parallel with the road. It runs kind of this way, so you ran closer to get to it. So you're closer to your friends. You could probably get in the general area, actually, of, I'd say, Q, because she was hiding behind a tree towards the south of the road. So she's your closest ally. You can't quite get to the road yet, which is where your other friends are.
All right, I'll run to Q.
Okay. You run over. These bats still swarming all around.
Under her, or are they just like above her?
Above now. They were swarming her, but when she fell to the ground, they're not quite that low to the ground.
Are they low enough? Are they like taller than me?
No.
Are they like she's on the ground?
Yeah, you can reach them.
Okay. Can I take my wet coat off and just try to like whoosh-ah over the bats that are on top of Q?
Okay, so here's the thing. They have, as a swarm, they have a whole bunch of condition immunities. So usually that would be you're trying to like restrain them or grapple them or something. So they are immune to that. What skill do you have? Like, what mechanical skill do you have that? Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to grab them all? Are you trying to like scare them off with it? Are you trying to do some damage?
I'm trying to smother them with the wet coat.
Let's say this is going to be a nature check.
Oh.
Because I don't know what else it would be. So we're going to go with nature. As you're trying to pit water against fire, that sounds rather natural. A 19. This is what you do. You go and you take your... Is it a cloak? Is it a coat?
It's a coat.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. This is your coat of weapons. And you take it, and you do. And as you do, the bats, not knowing quite what to do, get kind of smacked up between the tree and this coat. And all of a sudden, you see all this steam coming out. As a bunch of bats fall to the ground, starting to do their little, like, the two-legged bat crawl thing. On the ground, as the flame in their nose, like a Charmander's tail, is just trying to spark, but can't quite in the rain. It would be a sad sight if they weren't fucking you guys up right now. And I would say with that, you have freaked these bats out enough that they start to disperse and kind of fly off in different directions. You have effectively kind of rendered this swarm into a retreat. So that is movement action. Anything else you would like to do, Rin?
Am I allowed to like poke Q and make sure Q's okay?
So that would be a medicine check, which would be an action. You can poke Q, but to check, but for your pokes to be truly pokey, we'll take an action.
Medicinal pokes.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'm done.
Okay. So at that, one of the swarms of bats moves away from you very quickly. You don't take any fire damage because you smothered a lot of their fire and took away a lot of their heat with the water. Bless you.
Thank you.
And the other swarm, seeing one person fall, are going to swarm around Spiky over there.
It's your turn.
So they're going to swarm and try to get at you. That's only a 14 to hit.
So no, and they take 2d4 of piercing damage for missing.
All right, roll 2d4. Nice.
That's 5.
They do not seem to take the full brunt of that piercing damage, but certainly as they are swarming all around you, trying to bite through, but just keep getting poked by you as they're trying to get in. But you do feel that heat start to encase you as they're all around. It's a little freaky. Pua, you are up.
Okay, so I imagine that I'll at least have been able to notice, even though I'm in a fetal position, that Benson has fallen.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy and just like jump up out of the ball and like stomp my feet and yell enough. And the ground's gonna tremble a little bit. And...
Yeah, roll an intimidation.
Their little flame noses are gonna flicker because it makes lights flicker.
You can make a flame flicker. You can. That is cool. All right, yeah, roll an intimidation check at that.
Oh, come on. Christ.
Okay.
9.
They don't seem particularly intimidated, and they are still swarming around you. That is your action. Anything else you would like to do?
Nope.
Okay.
It sounded so cool.
It did sound. It sounded about as cool as biting the head off a bat. It's some cool shit you guys have. The dice are not in your favors with these particular moments, though. Okay. Q, I need another death save.
Here we go.
Ooh, same
Another
thing.
18. That's another success. One more success and you are stabilized. Benson, I need your first death save.
All right, where is that?
Center-ish.
There it is. Thank you.
Wow.
The number.
Nice.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Another 18. Beautiful. But it says death save. That's just, hey, that's all on roll 20 right now. Okay. Yeah. You have your first success. All right. So after Benson, Rin, back to the top of the round.
All right. Can I do some medicinal poking of Q now?
So your medicine check is going to be, and just just to see how she's doing, kind of. You can't really help her. There's a kit that you need to be proficient at to be able to do that kind of stuff. But you certainly can, like, look over Q really quick while she's on the ground. You can go ahead and do a medicine check. I'll say if you get a 12 or higher, I will give Q advantage on her next death save. I think that's a fair. A natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay, natural 20 on a medicine check. I'm going to say at that, even though I just said I wasn't going to let you help her, I'm going to say with the nat 20, you are back awake and back awake, Q. And you are back to 1 hit point.
Cool.
Yeah,
Ooh,
because sometimes there's nat 20s. All right, Rin, that is your action. Anything else you would like to do?
I'm allowed to move?
Sure.
All right. So I see Q's okay. I turn and I see Benson on the ground too. So I'm gonna run to Benson.
Sure. And just start petting his little,
Yeah,
his big old bird head.
feathered head.
Okay, I like it. The bats are up. Now they are swarming around you, Pua, and you are no longer in your little fetal position thing.
Nope.
20 plus 4. That's a 21 to hit.
Well, yep, that'll hit.
That is a 5 points of piercing damage.
Good
as
for me.
You jump up, yell, enough! And they just disperse for a second and then come back in again, all around you, little bites, and you're not quick enough to be able to bat them away. Bat them away. I didn't even do that on purpose. You are up now, Pua. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Made
is a
it.
6.
Didn't make it. Missed.
You are going to take 1 point of fire damage.
Goody. You a semantics question.
Sure.
If I cast light, is it like, so it says bright light, is it like blindingly bright?
No. No.
No, I didn't think so.
No. No.
Geez, well, I'm pretty hurt now, so I think I'm going to drop back into my fetal position.
Fair enough. Okay. You're up. Nope, don't like it here, and go
I have
right
no
back.
to save myself.
Yep, absolutely.
I tried to be scary.
That was Pua. Q, you are up. You are laying there on the ground behind this tree, and I think your first thought is like, wow, I survived that. And your second thought is, this tree wasn't big enough to hide me. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna feel really terrible about choosing rogue as my profession in life. I think so. I have all action, movement,
Yeah,
bonus
everything.
action now, right? Everything.
It'll
Okay.
take half of your movement to stand up.
Okay.
If you
Can
choose
I
to do that.
Okay, and Pua's on the ground, and the bats are over him.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can I try and shoot an arrow through the swarm?
You definitely can. Roll to attack.
I want to try. I want to like catch them. Short bow.
17 is gonna hit. Roll for damage on that. Yeah, definitely.
Fine.
Can I like catch a couple bats?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
that.
With a 9, definitely. With that, you do, and I think you line like 3 of them up as your arrows sails, and they're like almost cartoonishly, well, what would kind of be cartoonishly stuck to this tree, except that they're still squirming with their wings flapping as they're stuck to each other in their death throes. See, I could have gone cartoony there, but I went gross instead. You never know what you're going to
It's a good
get.
combination of both.
With that, the swarm of bats, well, swarm of bats can't really get bloodied, right? But they definitely are looking like a shittier swarm of bats than they were previously.
Can I use the other half
of
my other half of my movement to find a bigger tree to hide behind?
You can, yeah, you see another tree, you go, I should have gone there in the first place, and you can get behind it, but you cannot, I don't think you can use your bonus action to hide at level 1, can you? As a rogue?
Think so.
I don't think
I
that's...
don't think so.
Yeah,
I think that's level 3.
I think that's correct. So you are behind a tree, but you are not mechanically hidden. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that's uncanny dodge, isn't it?
No. No, uncanny dodge is different. That lets you take half damage or no damage when you make a save.
Oh, isn't there one that lets you like dodge, disengage, hide?
Yeah, it's not called uncanny dodge, but I think that's also a level 3 thing. I think you're correct.
I don't know where my
all right, so that was
dodge,
Q.
dip,
Benson,
dive,
I need your
dodge.
second death save. An 11, that's another success.
Okay.
All right, 2 successes.
Yay!
Top of the round, Rin.
Ooh, all right. Can I do a medicine check on Benson?
You sure can. Go for it. If it's a nat 20 again, I'll... If you get another nat 20, these bats are going to become your friends. That's a natural 1. Here's what I'm going to do. Make a dex save, Rin.
What is... Okay. Saving throw?
Yeah. You only have to beat
No,
a
a
10.
no, a dex. Yeah, yeah.
So that's another natural 1. You, as you're going over to help
Really
Benson,
killed
yelling,
Benson?
Benson! You trip over him, and you fall on your face, and because it's a natural 1, you're gonna take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
To me?
To you, yeah, because
Lying down.
as your face hits the pavement,
You won't get it now.
you take 2 clumsy damage, because that's 2 nat 1s in a row. That's a bad beat.
Now we're the Bumblewood.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was your action. Anything else you would like to do?
No, I'm pouting.
Okay.
In the dirt.
Getting the dirt off your face a little.
My whisker.
Okay. The bats' turn are up next. They are going to fly away. They realize
thank
that
God.
they are alone now, and that they are a shittier swarm of bats than they previously were, and they're Audi 5000. You are no longer in combat.
That was a long combat.
That was a long combat. That was supposed to be a side battle, y'all.
Oh no!
But it was fun. You hear
It was.
you hear Eliza from up like 60 feet up the road.
Where's she been?
She
Where
took
was she?
Yeah, she grabbed her cart and started running up the road with it. She turns around and you hear from a distance, "What was that? Aren't you guys supposed to be warriors or something?"
All right, I'm going to uncurl,
Okay.
and I'm proficient in medicine. May I do a medicine check?
Do you have there's a kit though. It's not just proficient. You can definitely do a medicine check, but in order to heal, there's a what is it supposed to be? Is it chat might help me out on this. I don't think any of you
I
have
think
one,
I have a kit.
but there's
No.
some sort of kit that does that.
I have proficiency, but I don't think I have a kit.
Okay.
I have a prayer book and vestments.
You can pray that he gets better.
Oh,
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
medicine.
Well, but you can definitely
Medicine's better. Can I medicine check him?
you can roll a medicine check, 100%.
That's terrible.
A 10. He doesn't look a hundo right now because he's unconscious.
Great.
I'm gonna say that's does no harm to you, Benson, but it's not gonna be enough to give you advantage as you make your last death save. Well, maybe you're not your last
We
death
hope.
save.
Where's that?
Well, Matt went and jinxed that shit.
I did.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, so that is your first failure. Is there anything else anyone else would like to do to help?
I don't have any spells. I'm gonna pray. Fuck it.
Is Rin's jacket still full of water? Could I like wring some out into his mouth and see if it does
Sure.
anything?
Yeah, why don't
I have 0 healing anything.
Hydration.
Yeah, you can roll a medicine check. A nat 1, he might start to drown because you're just pouring water in his mouth. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Did you say nature or medicine?
I would say medicine.
Oh God. Okay.
It's fairly medicine-y. Yeah. He does start to cough and sputter a little bit as you pour water in his unconscious mouth. Benson, make another death save for me.
All right.
Uh,
Yep. Yeah.
Benson,
Oh my
that is your second failure. Is there
Matt, I
any?
have a question.
Sure.
So when I generated my spell sheet, it put a star in the bubble next to a couple of my spells, like where you would mark if you were preparing them.
Yeah, I think they're
Does
always
that mean
prepared.
that I don't have to? That means they're always prepared,
I
but not that I can always use them.
Or it might mean ritual or something. I'm not 100%. I don't know.
Okay.
What spell are you trying to use?
Well, I was going to use Cure Wounds, but I don't have any spell slots.
Yeah, if you don't have any spell slots. Can't use it.
That's why I was asking if that means that I don't have to use a spell slot or something fancy like that. But
no, nothing that fancy. If you're out of spell slots, you're out of spell slots.
Does Benson have to go through all his death save rolls now, or could we like load him in the cart?
It's once a round, so it's every 6 seconds. So
Okay.
that's why I'm asking if
all right,
there's
another
something
question.
anyone else wants to do, because he now has 2 failures, 2 successes. So literally, his next roll is going to decide if this character dies in the middle of the second session or not.
I have a question.
My God.
Sure.
I have a cantrip called Resistance, and it says that one willing creature can add 1d4 to one saving throw. Does that count death saves or no?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to cast
Resistance
on.
Sure.
I'm going to cast Resistance on him so that when he rolls his next death save, he can add 1d4 to it if he needs to.
Yeah, and it probably... I don't know if it should do that, but that makes sense to me. Okay. Benson, roll a death save. You need to get a 10, and remember you can add a d4 to it. But you don't need it. As you are looking over Benson, still unconscious and not looking great at all, but you gather, as you're there around him, that he is stable, that he is not in immediate danger of dying from the wounds he sustained, but he is doing fairly rough. His breaths are a bit shallow and raspy. He has burns and bite marks over his body. And there you are, as Eliza hobbles back over with pulling her cart. And she looks genuinely worried and concerned. And seeing you guys kind of
thanks for all the help, Miss Concerned.
Can we get pissed at her and ask if she has anything in the cart that could help him?
Here, help me look! Help me look! Yeah, one person can roll an investigation check at advantage as you're looking through or 2 people can roll, or 1 person can roll at advantage. Your choice.
Shouldn't be me.
Well, it was Q and Rin who were the 2 that went like this, so I assume they're the 2 looking.
Do you have more intelligence than me?
I have expertise in investigation. Oh, she went away.
Yeah, that's...
We broke.
Is that metagaming to be like, who has higher stats in this?
So here's my thing with that. Kind of, but... And it's a little difficult. Like, you literally just met each other today. But generally in D&D, I would say you guys know each other well enough that you know who's better at certain things and who should kind of take point. And I will say, while everyone else was just kind of like licking their wounds after a battle, Q, you were the one that kind of went over to that fallen Mopok, went through their stuff, found a couple useful things. So it makes perfect sense that you would be the one to kind of lead this investigation through the pack really quick. So you can roll an investigation check at advantage, and we'll see 22.
My friend is burned up.
Chat, you're no
My
help
strengths lie elsewhere. Let me
telling me
think.
what pack. Oh, I have it. What is that?
If there's like a salve or a potion or
I think
literally anything.
She definitely doesn't have any potions. She's not stocked up like that. But you do find some herbs, some basic kind of like healing salves and things, and you start to put them on, and you pull out a couple. You're like, here, you put this on his burns. You cover his wounds in a little bit of this, and then stick a leaf over it. That'll stop it from getting infected. And you kind of are able to patch him up a bit. Is it a medicine kit? Is that what I'm looking for? And I'm just being silly. It's not under It's not under adventure gear though. That's why I'm having trouble finding it. I appreciate it. Yeah, medicine kit can stabilize. I don't know where it is in the. Well, I'm not gonna play the what does the player's handbook say, but I think a feat where you can use the medicine kit to heal. I see. It's a feat. Okay. So, chat, I'm so sorry I said anything negative about you. That was so very helpful. I can't even understand. So he is stabilized. You put some things on his wounds that'll help him in the long run. But right now, every once in a while, giving like a little groan to let you know that he is alive but in pain. You have a big old bird who does not seem up to moving.
Can I, in my frantic, upset state, just like start chucking stuff out of the back of the wagon so we can load him in the back?
Yeah, and Eliza's like, we could just redistribute that stuff. Oh, I didn't need that. Yeah. So I think you guys take a little bit of time, the next 20 minutes or so, and you kind of like lay him across the thing. It's kind of like laying in a bed that's for a tiny child. All right, your arms are off to the side, your feet are just barely not dragging on the ground. Who's gonna pull the cart though? Only because Benson was the one that was pulling before, and now it is considerably heavier.
Eliza can pull it, that bitch.
She can't. Well, she was having trouble pulling it. She is definitely willing to help you with that.
I'll pull it. So worried about my friends.
Can we each attach a rope and like?
Ooh, I have 50 feet of rope.
You have 50 feet of hempen rope.
Yeah. Okay. So you kind of tie, and each of you kind of like over your shoulder grabs it. Is everybody pulling? Is someone gonna like keep an eye out?
I have a quick question for you.
Of course.
I'm sorry, I'm asking you so many questions. If I cast something in ritual, how long does it take?
10 minutes longer than the casting time.
Well, the casting time is instantaneous.
So it takes 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So I'm going to fill my water skin with water. With water. And like, I'm going to cast Purify Food and Drink in ritual. While everybody's like throwing the shit out of the cart.
Sure.
And
okay.
So that way we have clean water to drink.
Sure. Sounds good. Yeah, you guys have clean water. You pour some, I think, also over Benson's wounds before you move him carefully onto this cart.
I know. I'm just worried about sterile. I don't want anybody to get dysentery. I'm just making sure we're all good.
Yeah, if our woodland creature campaign ends in cholera, that's a bad look.
Or bubonic plague.
All right, so you do that.
Do we know?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Nope. You ask your question. I'm here at the.
Do we know how far winnowing reaches from where we are now?
Not super far.
Okay.
You'll get there a little. Yeah, you'll probably get there after nightfall at this point, like having had to stop and do this. But if you guys are moving, you'll definitely reach it in enough time to sleep there for the evening.
Okay, so we'll wait to take a rest there, unless anyone objects and wants to do it now, I guess.
So we gotta get Benson to winnowing reach.
We gotta get there.
All right, so yeah, you guys all taking turns, Eliza too, pulling her little cat heart out. Make your way the rest of the way to Winnowing Reach. The sun does.
Hey, Jinx.
The sun does start to set as you're moving, and it is twilight as you pull this cart, just creaking behind you with all this weight.
I'm super teeny tiny.
Mm-hmm.
So, I figure that, I won't break the backs of the people pulling the cart. So I'm just going to kind of, scurry up it and hold my my symbol, my holy symbol, and cast light on it so that we have light to travel by.
Sure.
A headlight.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is like this, you with your headlight, everyone else pulling, Benson groggily grunting in the back of this cart, that you make your way into Winnowing Reach.
We made it.
Wow. Is
Winnow-
there a tavern? Or no, I'm sorry, you're gonna read to us now?
No. I am going to narrate without reading specifically.
Wow.
Ooh.
So, much like most of the towns and cities within the Humblewood, Winnowing Reach is very nature-based, right? Most of the buildings are carved out of trees that were there. Although, unlike Meadowfen, where you started your adventure, Winnowing Reach is much, much larger. As you pull in to the center of town, people still going by, you guys getting a lot of stares, and some people even like, oh, are they going to need help? Well, there's like 4 people on this cart. I think they've got it, but I do hope they're okay. Winnowing Reach seems to spread out quite a while. Mostly dirt floor, but with a small pond towards the city's, the town's center, where you head towards with the cart. It is a much, much larger, busier town. Plenty of access to fresh, potable water. And some buildings, as you're walking by, much larger than others. Why don't... Q, can you give me a history check? You would have been the last one to pass through Winnowing Reach.
Okay.
And that'll give me an idea of, a 10. So you didn't spend a lot of time here, but you do know that you're able to get certain goods and services that are here. It's kind of a weird thing. It's kind of a weird little town. But you do know that there is a place called the Wrangler's Rest. That's an inn where you can stop and stay for the evening, as long as there are vacancies.
Okay. Guys, I think I remember when I came through here on my way to Meadowfen, I think there was a tavern, but it was like right down this road, and I think over on this side. I think we should be able to get there pretty quickly.
Let's go, Team Awesome. We gotta get Benson somewhere we can get a healer.
Yeah, Eliza kind of like breathing heavy, leaning against her cart. She says, "You take care of him. Go have a rest." And then she kind of like smiles and winks at you guys and says, "You're gonna need it when you bring me to the Alderheart."
Is she still coming with us?
She is
Or
gonna
is she like peeking out?
No, she's gonna kind of like stay where she is. She's gonna try to set up this cart. I think
Okay.
you take it that like her goal is to hopefully set up shop and make a little bit of money, so that she's not 100% broke when she gets to the town.
Can we throw all her stuff in a gully?
Did you?
Or the pond?
Some of it, or can you?
So I thought we did throw a bunch of her stuff.
You
in the
did
gully.
throw away a bunch of her stuff, but not like all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we have to unload Benson from the cart?
Yeah, I think you have to unload and bring him to this inn, which is not terribly far from where you currently are.
I don't like this Eliza cat.
Not a cool cat.
Not a cool cat, but we're gonna get Benson into the inn, and I'm just gonna be like, file it away in my brain that I don't like or trust Eliza.
Sure. As you are going, you do start heading towards the Wrangler's Rest. This is built up into a treetop, and you actually notice above you in this southern part of the town walkways between some of the larger tree buildings, so you can get from one to another. You guys carrying Benson along, actually up the spiral staircase around this tree, dog tired by the time you get to the top and get into the Wrangler's Rest. A pretty large establishment. You look around, and many people are laughing, joking. It seems to be a pretty pleasant place, and you get that lovely smell of like a warm, freshly cooked meal wafting towards you. But you certainly get some looks as you walk in with a unconscious big old bird, much larger than all of you. His head threatening to like drag against the ground as you're trying to take him in here. As you enter, a Corvim runs up towards you. A young woman, as she walks up, and she goes, "Oh my goodness! Are you okay? What happened?"
Need a doctor.
We'll definitely call the doctor. Did you want to bring him to a room? Yeah, were you staying here tonight? Is that the plan? Is that why you're here?
Yes.
That would be wonderful.
Sure. Please, and like gesturing with her wing. Come this way. Come this way. It's up. It's up some more stairs. Sorry, you all look tired, but that's where the rooms are. She'll lead you kind of up another set of staircase, but she goes, here, and like fumbling, like totally freaked out that this unconscious dude's being carried in with the keys. Just, I'll give you at least the room closest to the stairs. That way, you'll get him in bed quicker. And opens the door. And in front of you is a fairly comfortable looking room. There are like just 2 beds in there, and she's like, "Sorry, I don't have a bigger one, but you're free to use this one. Here, put him on the bed." And you're able to go and lay Benson on the bed. And this woman looks at the lot of you like, "What happened anyway? This doesn't look good at all. Were you attacked?"
Look, we need a doctor. We'll explain everything when you get back. But Team Awesome needs a healer. Our friend is dying.
And she starts flapping her wings and just black feathers kind of covering the room. And she's like, "I'll go now. I'll go." And turns and has to like stop herself from running into the wall, and then backs up again and goes through the door, leaving it open behind her as she runs out. And you are left alone in this room with the unconscious Benson.
So I think that I'm going to go over to Benson and I'm going to put my hand on his head and I'm going to clutch my holy symbol and I'm going to pray to my God to try and at least make him conscious again. I can't necessarily heal him, but I'm hoping that
So you think it's
I
probably
can
going
at
to
least
take
make him conscious.
You think it's probably going to take a good night's rest in order for Benson to come back to the world.
I figured.
Yeah.
I figured that that's what I would sense, and I would tell everybody that I think he just needs to sleep, and he'll be okay. That none of his wounds are mortal.
Mm-hmm. After a while, that same Corvim comes in with a small little gerbeam, big rounded mouse ears, a tail kind of swishing behind, but an older gentleman with spectacles, small ones low on his nose. And she's like, "Oh,
So
it's in here.
cute.
Oh, good. Is he still doing Oset? Okay. Is he?" And the gerbeam just says, "Let me have a look at him." Walks over to the bed, and just starts inspecting Benson, and starts, poking at him, kind of looking at some of the wounds, and said, "Well, you all did a pretty good job here, patching up these wounds. This looks like burns and puncture marks. What is it all you young folks are getting into out there?
2 words. Fire bats.
Those are 2 words. Don't know what they mean when you use them together, though.
Oh, you don't want to know.
It's a swarm of bats and they have fire noses.
Huh. I ain't never heard of something like that. Well,
They were terrifying.
They were awful.
This fella right here, he's not looking too much worse for the wear. Give him a good night's sleep. Man, is he gonna be sore in the morning, though. Missing whole patches of feathers here. But he'll make it.
Doctor, do you have any medicines, salves, anything we can give him to make him feel better?
I sure do. I could give him a healing potion right now, made from some of the finest things around these parts here. There would only be 50 gold pieces.
It seems pretty steep for a country doctor, Mr. Mouse Man.
That's pharmaceuticals for you.
Now, what do you mean a country doctor? I'm the best healer this here town has.
Don't worry, Rin. I think that what we all need is a good night's rest, and we don't have to purchase anything to get poor Benson back to full health.
Well, is anyone going to pay me for my visit at least?
I'm going to reach into my pack and hand him 1 candle.
A candle?
Yes.
Candle?
And say, I'll pray for you.
I'm going to give him a high five and say, you're mighty nice. We're doing this for free.
Now, Betty, and he turns over to the Corvum that brought you up here, and she's like, "Oh, yes. Don't be calling me in here for all these young folks that aren't willing to pay, just doing their partying up in the Alderheart, drinking their alcohols. I don't want none of that. Talking about fire bats."
Marijuana's in my neighborhood.
This Gerbeam doctor slowly starts walking out of the room as Betty says, "Well, okay. You are welcome to use this room. You are able to pay for the room, though, right?"
Yes.
Maybe you could get out right
depends
now
on how much it
and leave us
costs.
alone.
Yeah. I could have. Okay. Pay in the morning then. Yeah, that sounds okay. Thank you. Bye. And she leaves again without closing the door behind her.
Bye, Betty.
Hi, Betty. Stupid Betty. And then kick the door closed.
And you hear "ah" from Betty on the other side as she's walking down the hall.
And
I'm going to go ahead.
Can I just collapse on the other bed because I have only 1 hit point?
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
I have 2, but I'm going to take out my blanket and sleep on the floor because I'm a priest.
Sure.
I'm going to curl up next to Benson's bed, and I'm going. His wing is hanging over, and I'm just gonna pet his little feathers and go to sleep.
Perfect. You all are.
Wow, you really took to Benson pretty quickly.
We're best friends.
We're best friends.
You two are definitely able. You all are definitely able to get a full night's rest. You can all take a full rest, get the benefits of a full rest, which includes gaining back all of your spell slots, gaining back all of your hit points, and you would gain back half the total number of your hit dice, but you didn't use any, so none of you have any to regain. Congratulations, you've passed my sleep challenge.
Deep challenge.
You do awaken the next day to beautiful sunlight streaming through the window of your Wrangler's Rest abode. The birds, real birds, not bird folks, chirping outside the window. And you have had a good night's sleep, particularly the couple of you in beds, although you two are also the more beaten up, so you are all quite a bit sore in the morning.
I'm gonna sit up and do like a, Alyssa beat me to it. Like a,
You think that there's a breakfast buffet?
There's probably breakfast. I don't know about the buffet part.
We're awake.
Barely.
Survived.
I'll go see if I can find that other Corvum and talk her into bringing us some breakfast.
Breakfast.
Hearing the chant behind you, Q, you go down the stairs back into that main area of the Wrangler's Rest. You do realize, even in the morning, this place is a bit busy, but it doesn't quite have that din of activity that it did the night before. There are some people, and you do see Betty kind of like, yes, I'll get you some more of that, and she turns and sees you and goes, oh! And every time she jumps, there seems to be like a poof of feathers that just kind of poof off of her. It's amazing that she can make this many feathers as quickly as she molts. But she comes over to you and says, hi, hello, yes, is there anything that I can do for you all up there?
I'm going to roll my eyes real big and just be like, you give Corvum a terrible name. We need food upstairs ASAP.
Roll an intimidation check.
Ow.
But
Roll up, bitch. Check.
All right.
I have my hood on and I look real creepy and
Yeah.
I'm like...
And Bet, you can see like tears start welling up in her eyes. I love that Q is like the person that's really mean to like the waiter. And she's like, I'm just trying my best.
Stop being such a Karen, Q.
I'll have food right up to you. And then she kind of turns and like quickly moves off.
Can I just like scan the
Put my
room
avocado
and just
chips.
like take stock of like who's there?
Yeah, make a perception
If
check
there's
for me.
anyone like interesting.
Sure. Okay. You look
There's no
around.
one
It
interesting.
seems like a lot of people that are farmers. It's a mix of bird folk and humble folk here. Just having their quiet breakfast. You do notice a couple people looking at you disapprovingly and shaking their heads for being mean to Betty. She does seem to be a rather liked staple here. You can gather. But no one pays you too much mind, and no one particularly stands out to you.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna kind of give them all a little shrug
Yeah.
and go back upstairs with everybody else.
Sure. After not too long, another very young Corvum, probably like a young teenager, comes in with your meals and brings them. And he says, Betty said to bring these in here for you guys.
woohoo!
Here, it's for you. It's got some eggs and some Yeah, some grits. We didn't have that much
I love
cheese.
grits.
There's no cheese on them, but they're okay.
And some of Betty's tears and probably some spit.
She looked real
And feathers.
upset. I don't know what happened. It's not cool.
Okay, the tray from the young Corbin,
Oh,
and then I'm gonna. Do you want a tip?
Yeah, it sounds cool.
My tip is lower your expectations, and then I'm gonna go around with the breakfast.
The door.
Oh, that's worse than what I did.
Yeah, you all are able to.
Oh my God.
You're all able to have yourselves a lovely breakfast. Very good food, comfortable. Overall, you're like, this is a pretty nice place to stay. You will notice also on the tray is your bill. So you all can settle up. Let me
Much is that?
get to my staying at.
Well, there's interest for the rude comments.
Yeah.
Or we just doze and dash.
Doze and dash.
Run out the window, right?
We don't want a
Yeah,
bad
that's the window.
reputation. We have to be able to come back.
I do this all the time.
So it's gonna be for the room and for the meals, it's gonna be 2 gold pieces.
Oh. I got this, friends. I'll pay for 2 gold pieces.
Oh, I was gonna say I'll go halvesies.
We can go have
Can I toss 2 gold because I picked up 10 from the Vulpin and just say that it's we thought her name was Frey Meridian and say it's on her.
All right. Yeah. So you drop 2 of Frey Meridian's gold pieces on the tray.
No, I flick them like real cool,
Oh, yeah.
like flip, flip. Yeah.
Toss a coin to you, Betty.
I also feel a little bit bad for being mean to her, but it's just how I am.
That's it. I think Shelly feels bad. I don't think Q feels particularly bad.
Sorry, I used some of my cleric guilt.
That's... Sure.
I still know who Betty is or why we're mad at her.
Don't worry, just save your brain power. It's still healing.
Okay.
Drink your orange. Yep.
All right. Well, the day is yours, folks. You are in the winnowing reach. You're not sure too much what's around. You can look around. You can ask around, but you are well rested. You are well fed, and the day is yours. A beautiful one at that.
So we're definitely ditching Eliza, right? She was awful and useless, and she got mad when I threw all her stuff in a gully.
Stuff.
I have
Can
to
you help us fight, Chief?
Oh. Okay. Thank you.
What do you think, Pua? Look distressed.
I normally don't agree with these vengeful tactics. However, she didn't help us at all, so if we ditch her, I don't see any problem with that.
To be fair,
Moral compass.
she did try to hit the bats with a stick. The bats just did not care about her stick. So her attempts to help you did just seemed ineffectual.
And then she ran.
She did. That she did.
My only thing is if she's also going to Alderheart and we're going to Alderheart and we don't help her get there, if we run into her later, she might be pissed.
Yeah.
What's she gonna do?
That's a very wise point.
Is it going to be weird walking down the road if they're like 10 feet in front of us or behind us the whole time?
Fine. We'll go find Eliza. I don't trust her. Trust her.
Eliza.
Yeah.
I got a cat.
I also have a cat.
Do you? I just thought I'd
Where's
show
my
off the
cat?
cat.
Yeah, he's extremely in the way.
She's being
Both.
awful cute. She's also awfully sitting on this book. All right. So what is the plan, y'all?
I suppose to get Eliza and set off.
Okay. Do you want to explore the Reach?
Oh, I mean that might be nice.
It's totally up
a
to
little
you.
walkabout.
I'm like a time crunch.
I kind of want to get home at some point, so maybe we just go get it done, go back.
Why don't you check out where Eliza is? Where her little cart is set up.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys leave, seeing the different pathways that lead to other trees, these kind of rope bridges that go across, plenty of people walking back and forth among them. But you take your way down to the floor, moving back towards the center of the city, where there seems to be almost like an open market towards the center. And before last night when you were here and things were mostly covered, at this point it seems to be pretty lively and a lot of people are there. Eliza seems to be doing okay. There's a couple people, and they're kind of looking around. They're like, this is all you have, though? Like, nothing? Yeah, all right. No, never mind. They kind of walk off. And she's like, well, oh, okay. Oh, hey, Benson! Benson, you look great! Look at you! I'm so glad to see you're well.
Thank you. I'm glad to feel well. It's very heroic of me. As I've been told. So you're welcome. Welcome.
Yes, yeah. Thank you. You saved my car. You saved my life. It was amazing. I tried swinging a stick at those things, and it didn't matter. But you swung a way bigger stick.
Yeah, I've been working out a little bit.
I can tell.
Paying off.
I can tell. You look good.
What's that, Eliza?
So what's the plan? Hang out here for the day? Head off tomorrow? What are you all thinking? I did talk to the magistrate of the town earlier. I guess word had gotten to him that some new people came in, and I guess, well, he had heard of those fire bats before, and he was asking about them, and then I told him about the bandits you guys took care of, and he seemed impressed. He said he was going to meet you. I don't know which way he went off, though, but I think he was looking for all of you. Maybe you'll want to talk to him at some point.
Eliza, I think you're a narc.
What?
Eliza, I don't appreciate you telling people our business.
I just
God, that's why we should have ditched her.
Ditch me? No! I was just so impressed by you guys. I was bragging about you all a little bit. It was amazing. You all saved my life.
Give
In
us
my car.
one good reason to drag you to Alderheart with us, aside from our kindness.
I could.
So
I don't. Please, I wouldn't get there on my own. I mean, I can offer you something from my cart if you take me with you. I mean, you guys. I should offer something to you because you guys were just so good to me.
There.
stuff.
I like stuff.
Yeah, you can all with that. You can all choose an item that you want from Eliza's cart that costs under 50 gold pieces.
It's like a consignment shop.
What does she have? I didn't throw in the gully.
So she has, yeah, she has pretty kind of normal adventuring kind of gear. So let's give you some examples of things. So she might have some like cooking equipment if you want that sort of thing. You could get, a Dungeoneer's pack from her. She has a Dungeoneer's pack still there intact. You can get 10 feet of chain that you could take from her. She does have a crystal on her that you could use as an arcane focus. You can get a couple bundles of arrows, a flask of oil, a shovel.
I want a hat. Does she have a hat?
Roll an investigation check.
I want to.
Investigation.
She has a fez.
Oh, nice. Take it.
Can I get a shovel?
Yeah, she'd happily. Yes, please, here. Take it. Yeah, this shovel. It's a good one. You can dig.
All right, shovel.
Does she have like ink and parchment?
Roll an investigation check. She does, yeah, and she's off or willing to give it to you too. Here, yes, yeah, here. Write about all your great deeds that you've done. Here, yes.
Does she have a disguise kit?
Roll an investigation check. She does indeed have with a 22. You bet she has a disguise kit.
Good one.
I nab it.
Sure. Yep, you have a disguise kit. Did you want to look for something in particular, Benson?
Got any booze?
Roll an investigation check.
Nice.
Everyone else gets to, so I guess I get to. All right. Is investigation.
Here you go, Lucas.
Oh.
You are going sober.
So you do find a stoppered, wax-sealed bottle of liquor in there, and when you ask, you do hear her say, "Yeah, that's my Grammys. It's the only one I have left from back home, but whew, that'll really hit the spot. Is that what you want?"
Don't.
No, it's okay.
Are
I'll
you
take this nice thing of oil.
What'll you take?
The oil you mentioned.
Okay, you can have a flask of oil.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, that's not as good for drinking as Grammy's hooch.
Oh, don't drink it.
I'll make you go blind.
No way, but we
Definitely.
can light shit on fire with it.
Oh, take it.
It might be more flammable than the flask of oil. Who knows? All right. Okay, so what did you want, Rin?
You took the shovel, didn't you?
I took
Oh,
a
you took
shovel.
the shovel. That's right. Okay. So
You got a shovel.
What am I doing with the shovel? Cool. What did you just say?
dig a hole. You think it's the first hole I ever dug?
It was that delayed?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're breaking up. Or maybe I'm breaking up.
You did lose her a while ago.
Yeah, I can't see you, Pua.
What? I just
Let's
leaned
do
back
a
from the
test.
camera.
Oh, I don't know. I can
Everybody
see you.
raise your hand when you hear this.
Lucas raised his hand.
Oh,
It's
I thought you were going to go boop.
Nope. All right. So there you are. Yep, you all got an item from Eliza. She seems pleased to be able to hand these things out to you. She says, I hope you find them useful.
Thanks.
Thank you.
This is a pretty nice little town. They have some stuff. I'm hoping they don't have too many general goods stores. There's an apothecary. That's pretty neat. They also have a bookbinder. Not too many places west of the Alder Heart have one of those, but they get a pretty active one here.
That sounds boring.
Nerds.
Cool.
And she kind of like smiles at Pua and is like, "It is cool, yes."
All right, do you guys think we should find this magistrate guy? Now that he knows our biz, Eliza?
I guess we should go find him before he finds us. Keep the upper hand.
Do we have to? All right.
Okay.
Fine. Okay. We'll just take a detour. That's whatever. Okay.
Your crops are not going to die.
Oh, because I use magic. They're fine. That's why I'm so good at this.
As you are walking around, asking about the magistrate, looking for where you might find him. At one point, an agitated kindled Corvum, dressed in finery, approaches you. His feathers ruffled with worry.
Adventurers? Thank Luron it happened here. Please, you must help me. Kenna, that foolish girl, has gotten in over her head. She ventured to the cavern looking for slimes, but hasn't returned for days. I only hope she's still alive. You will help me, won't you?
Slime?
Fine. Slimes are fun.
Who's missing?
Kenna! She's a research assistant. Foolish girl. She shouldn't have gone out there on her own.
Research assistant from where?
Here in the town. We're close to the Moakton Caverns. A wonderful place to find slimes. Terrible little creatures, but very useful properties if you know what to do with them. Many researchers find their way here and try to make uses out of these gross little things.
Give us a second, creepy old man.
Creepy?
And I'm going to gather together away from him and be like, team off them.
And he says,
My name is Walder Crane. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is he the town magistrate?
He is in like fine robes. He announces himself as Walden Crane. He certainly seems to be very magistratey.
Oh. Do we have to?
What?
Bunch of burning bats nearly bit me to death, so I prefer not to. But it also feels like maybe we should.
What are you all talking about over there?
Bats!
Bats! Fire bats!
I heard about the bats. Oh, I'll let you talk. Come back when you're done.
I don't know. Q, what do you think?
It's a tough call. I don't know. Personally, I'd rather get back to the city like ASAP.
As you guys are
intriguing things in this cavern.
As you guys are talking, Walden kind of walks up to the lot of you.
Excuse me, you shouldn't just walk away from a person. Listen, it sounds as if you're going to the Alder Heart, yes?
Yeah.
If you want, as magistrate of this city, I could write you a letter of introduction to the Birdfolk Council.
I'm gonna kind of put my wing up between me and the magistrate and be like, you guys might want that. I'm not on the best terms with people in Alderheart.
You didn't think you'd just get to walk in and speak to the Birdfolk Council, did you? I could write you a letter. I am Walden Crane of the Winnowing Reach Cranes. My name has quite a bit of weight in the city.
All right, Pua, I think you are.
That's pretty nice of you. Well, if he's gonna help us meet the council in the Alderheart, then we should probably help him out. I mean, maybe we'll just stumble upon her on the way.
I'm glad you're all so agreeable. Wonderful. If along the way you just so happen to reduce the local slime population, the Reach would be grateful for your service. Of course, Kenna's safety comes first.
What do these slimes do?
Give us money.
You're researching them for, like, what?
There could be some payment involved in the destruction of some slimes while you're doing this. What do they do? They're kind of gunky. They move very slow, but you wouldn't want to touch one.
What do you use them for?
The researchers are interested in their properties. They have some sort of interesting effects. There are different kinds of these slime creatures that have different abilities.
Okay.
Wow. Walter, you're a weird dude, but we'll go find your research assistant.
He's not my assistant, but yes, it would be most agreeable if you could do this. Wonderful. The caverns are down to the south of the town. There are two ways to get there. You could walk across the swamp. That is by far the quickest way. But who wants to walk across a swamp, right? You can also take the road around to the south, although it's much longer. Might be more than a day's travel. I hope you have camping gear.
Oh, swamp. Let's do swamp. Taking too long already.
Oh,
Listen to Walter too long.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate it, and I am a man of my word. If you can return Kenna to us here safely, you will certainly receive your letter for the Birdfolk Council, and a bit of gold if you can take care of some of those slimes along the way as well.
Swamp doesn't seem so bad.
I like swamps. Swamps are fine.
Does Kenna have any distinguishing features aside from being, I'm assuming she's a Corvum too?
Kenna? That's a great question. It doesn't say it on this page. I have to turn the page a little bit to find out. Yes, indeed, she is a Corvum as well. Young girl, rather strikingly beautiful, I must say. She's exceedingly intelligent, though a bit out of her depths in this case, I would imagine. No one should head to those caverns on their own. Well, I will see you when you get back. Team Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome.
What a strange name.
We're working on it.
Well,
Set.
the Reach appreciates your assistance.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, Walter.
What, Walden?
Oh, whatever. Bye, Walter.
Pretty close.
And with that, as Walden harumphs and turns around to leave, you guys heading off towards the swamp and towards the Mokden Caverns. We're going to end the session for the day, everybody.
To infinity and beyond.
Good stuff.
No, two of us almost died.
Yeah. I love that, like, I love the beginnings of campaigns, especially with a group like this that's like a new group, haven't played together, because like some of you were like, oh, we should run, and the other ones were like, we should hide, and one of you was like, we should fight, and one's like, we should roll up in a ball and just stay here. Like, so good. That is absolute beauty of this game. Everyone has like a different way to want to do things, and it almost leads to your death, but not quite. It couldn't have worked out more perfectly. And what's better than traipsing through a dangerous swamp to go save someone from some dangerous caverns? Nothing can go wrong
I think
there.
we should drag Eliza with us.
We should have grabbed Eliza.
Ooh.
It can be bait.
Well, if you think Eliza, the wiry cat person, should follow these people into the dangerous swamp, send us an email. You can visit inroadsproductions.com. You could also tweet at us and send us Facebook thingies and do other social media-ness. Well,
I have your cat.
Yeah, she likes me. Thank you guys so much for playing tonight. I really appreciate it. This campaign has been so much fun. That's a gorgeous cat. Look at those stripies. Thank you, everyone that's watching. I love, having an active chat. Yeah, these bats were definitely a rough battle. Something about these swarm characters in this that can literally occupy your space and then can do damage just from being close to you on top of that. Yeah, they were definitely a fun enemy.
They're so cute, though.
They are friggin' cute. And the art, guys, I mean, I'll just show it one more time, but the art in this game, I just announced today that they won Best Art, I think, for 2019. But look, it's a cute little nosy fire bat. It's so cute.
That's cute.
Yeah, thanks again, everyone. If you enjoyed this, tune in on Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which might be a different time depending on where you live. I don't know. Google it. We'll also play... we possibly have our last session of Do Ye Fair Death this Sunday, where we all might die or all might become undead, or might just leave the entire city without doing any of the main objectives. Who knows? And then this past Monday, they premiered an awesome new stream that Josh was DMing, called Champions of the Gods. It's set in the brand new publicated Theros. I don't even know if you knew this, Lee, but the Theros thing from Magic the Gathering, like the setting, they just published a D&D campaign setting for it. So so they're running like an epic level D&D campaign that's all with the Theros gods, which are like pseudo Greek mythological. Very, very cool. So you can check that out on Mondays. And I've talked enough. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a great week.